Another interesting perspective, of which I'm still trying to integrate, about the masculine and the feminine, of which I've come to understand, is that the feminine seems to be oriented towards the other, and the masculine seems to be oriented towards the self. And so one develops relatedness to others, whereas the other, the masculine, develops this relationship to self, of self, the self-development. So self-development in the man may be selfishness and self-centeredness, whereas in the female it may be selflessness. But then, to me, in my mind, in trying to balance everything out, it seems as though that perhaps the woman is so self-rooted that they can divest their efforts in developing themselves towards investing in their relatedness to others, and vice versa with the male, whereas the male has this need, this lacking to develop themselves, so they apply all of what they do to their own self-importance and their own self-development. And this might also show this dependency that is often found, this codependency that is often found between the masculine and the feminine, the male and the female. The way I like to term it at this point is that the male is the representative in human form of the masculine. The female is the representative in human form of the feminine. To describe it in this way allows the mind to expand, allows the mind to step out of self and what we identify with into another set of definitions that are more including, they're more inclusive. So all human males and all human females may be able to actually find themselves in accord with other masculine traits throughout all of nature. The reason why this idea came up, cheers, was in the idea of Taoism. In Taoism, they have the symbol of the yin and yang. But what's really interesting in the yin and yang is that there's this little dot. So you have a white side and a black side, but there's a little dot in each side that is of the opposite color. So there's, in the black side, there's a white dot. In the white side, in the black side, there's a, you know what I mean, vice versa. I think all these cheers are getting to me. Joyful participation in the world of sorrows, so I may screw up on this videotape, but I say yay to it. I say yes. It's who I am. It's what makes me who I am, it's part of it. And I totally respect those people that quit smoking, quit drinking, and make that noble endeavor to discover themselves through other vehicles of expression. So you may not have the tobacco to express yourself or the alcohol to express yourself, but you have something else. It's another vehicle of expression. And I totally respect that sometimes we need to condemn alcohol as bad. condemn tobacco as bad. The condemnation of things is a devaluation. So if we've overvalued something, we may need at some point to undervalue it, to devalue it to a point of complete under-evaluation. However, I think all these things are aspects of life. It's part of the cornucopia. And I think this is my feminine aspect telling me, enjoy all of life because you only get it once. And the masculine side of me can say, to hell with that, I can transcend all of it. And that's fine. I think it's important to transcend, but when we get to a point where we have developed an entire otherworldly, we're very close to living in a delusion, a fantasy. And I find it really, really interesting how America's population, generally speaking, embraces these celebrities that totally go overboard, get caught up in their persona, the mask they wear, and are fed by society, fed by the population to go way beyond what is all too human.